Welcome back. In our last session, we explored the magnificent truth that you are connected to an infinite, responsive, spiritual energy field of all possibilities. We learned that this field isn't passive. It responds to the vibrational frequency you broadcast with your thoughts and emotions. And we began the practice of tuning our frequency with the power of gratitude. This leads to a profound and important question. If this infinite field of health, abundance, and wisdom is always available to us, why do we so often experience lack, sickness, and limitation? If the sun is always shining, why does our world sometimes feel so dark? Today, we're going to answer that question. We're going to talk about the clouds that block the sun. We're going to explore the invisible lenses we all wear that color our perception of reality. I call them the 3 relative filters. This is the key to understanding why you might feel stuck, and more importantly, how to get unstuck. Before we can understand the filters, we must first appreciate the powerful biological dance happening inside of us every second. Your body is always listening to your mind. It doesn't question the instructions, it simply obeys. When you experience thoughts of worry, fear, or anxiety, your brain sounds an alarm. It floods your system with stress hormones like cortisol. In an emergency, this is a lifesaver. But when that alarm never stops ringing, it becomes a slow poison. Cortisol disrupts digestion, weakens your immune system, and clouds your thinking. It puts your body in a state of constant decay. Now consider the opposite. When you feel genuine joy, love, or gratitude, your brain releases a healing cocktail of neurochemicals: endorphins, dopamine, serotonin. These aren't just feel-good chemicals, they are be-well chemicals. They boost your immune system, reduce pain, and flood your cells with energy and vitality. They put your body in a state of growth and repair. There is no neutral ground. Every thought, every feeling is either contributing to your growth or to your decay. This is the biological reality of the mind-body connection. This leads us to a critical choice we all make, often unconsciously. We can either live in a state of object referral, where our inner state is dictated by the outside world, or we can live in a state of self-referral, where we choose our inner state regardless of external conditions. Object referring is living from the outside in. The news, the stock market, what someone said about you, these things determine how you feel. You are a leaf blown about by the winds of circumstance. This is a life of reaction, of being an effect. Self-referring is living from the inside out. You recognize that you are the source, the cause. You choose to align with the infinite potential of pure consciousness, the first cause, and you let that inner state determine your experience of the world. This is a life of creation, of being the cause. So what prevents us from living in this powerful self-referring state all the time? The answer lies in the 3 filters. The first and most personal filter is your personal history. This is the collection of every experience you've ever had, and more importantly, the stories you have told yourself about those experiences. If your history is filled with trauma, rejection, or failure, it's easy to build a narrative that says, I'm not good enough, I always fail, or I don't deserve to be happy. These stories, repeated over and over, become a thick filter. They become a wall that blocks the flow of creative energy from the field. But here is the profound truth. While you cannot change the events of your past, you have the absolute power to change the meaning you give them. You can choose to see your past not as a wall that confines you, but as a series of stepping stones that have made you stronger, wiser, and more resilient? Was that failure a declaration of your worthlessness, or was it a crucial lesson on the path to mastery? Was that heartbreak a sign that you are unlovable, or was it an opportunity to learn how to love yourself more deeply? The event is neutral. The story you tell is the filter. By reframing your personal history, you begin to dissolve the blockages and allow the light of your true potential to shine through. The second filter is the collective unconsciousness. This is the shared mental and emotional space of humanity. It's the repository of our collective beliefs, fears, and assumptions. We absorb these ideas from our culture, our media, and our society, often without even realizing it. When the collective consciousness is steeped in fear, fear of economic collapse, fear of illness, fear of the other, it creates a powerful filter that can be difficult to see beyond. It's like trying to swim in a current of negativity. But just as the collective can hold us back, it can also propel us forward. There's a fascinating phenomenon observed by scientists called the 100th monkey effect. Researchers on an island were studying monkeys who learned to wash sweet potatoes. At first, only a few monkeys did it. But when a certain critical number, 100th monkey, learned the skill, something amazing happened. Suddenly, monkeys on other islands with no physical contact began washing their potatoes. It was as if the awareness had reached a tipping point and entered the collective consciousness of the species. This shows us that we are not just isolated individuals. We are part of a shared field of awareness. And it means that your personal work, your commitment to raising your own consciousness, is not just for you, it is a contribution to the entire human family. By choosing love over fear, you become a beacon of light that helps lift the entire collective. The third and most deceptive filter is your present conditions. These are the immediate circumstances of your life. The number in your bank account, the diagnosis from your doctor, the conflict at work. These things feel incredibly real because they are right in front of us. But relying on your present conditions to determine your reality is like judging the size of an iceberg by the small piece you see above the water. Your present conditions are merely the visible tip, the crystallized effect of your past thoughts and beliefs. The vast unseen mass of the iceberg, the 90% below the surface, is the realm of pure potential, the spiritual energy field. It is the first cause. To live from your present conditions is to be trapped in a feedback loop, creating your future from the limitations of your past. To be a true creator, you must take your attention off the tip of the iceberg and place it on the vast creative power that lies beneath the surface. You must align with the first cause, not the secondary effects. So we have our personal history, the collective unconsciousness, and our present conditions. These are the three filters that can block the flow of health, wealth, and happiness into our lives. So what do we do? This week's practice is a simple but powerful tool for awareness. I call it the awareness pause. Several times a day, especially when you feel a strong negative emotion like fear, anger, or sadness, I want you to just pause, take a breath, and ask yourself one question. Which filter am I looking through right now? Am I reacting based on a story from my past, personal history? Am I buying into a fear that everyone else seems to share? Collective unconsciousness. Am I letting my current circumstances dictate my future? Present conditions. Just asking the question is enough. You don't have to fix it. The act of identifying the filter is the act of taking your power back. It's the moment you shift from being the object to being the self. It's the moment you remember you are the one looking, not the filter you are looking through. In our next session, we will take this even further. We will explore the physical mechanism of change itself. We'll dive into the incredible science of neuroplasticity and learn how you can literally rewire your brain to become the architect of your destiny. Thank you for your presence and your courage to look within. Practice the awareness pause and begin to see the world not through your filters, but with clear eyes. I look forward to seeing you next time.
Like and subscribe. You won't just be getting weekly videos. You'll be joining a global community of individuals dedicated to mastering the science of transformation and realizing our highest health and prosperity together.